morning and welcome to C103 and Good Guys Radio TV. I'm Don Bowles, and it's the Basketball 30 series we're doing here. And I hope you're enjoying these so far. With us today, it's the Fairfield Lions, the Lady Lions, as well as the Lions. And we're going to do a half hour on each of them. We want you to stay with us. Make sure you tell all your friends and pass it along, because not only can you watch it live here at 10 a.m. and listen as well, of course, but you can also go back and watch it and listen to it at your leisure. Just go to our Facebook channel or go to YouTube or go to goodguysradiotv.com, and you can watch it and listen to it anytime you'd like to. Once again, it's the Fairfield Lady Lions coming up next here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions and answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
The Fairfield Athletic Boosters are proud to sponsor this coverage of the Fairfield Lions. The Athletic Boosters work hard behind the scenes to encourage their teams to do their best. The Lions understand this and are dedicated to doing just that. Congratulations! Your hard work and drive show through. Whether basketball, volleyball, baseball, or any other sport, the Fairfield Athletic Boosters say, good luck, Lions and Lady Lions.
What's one of our shows that our listeners love the most?
Yeah, I got a couple things here to sell today.
That's right. It's the Trash and Treasure Trading Post on C103, weekdays starting at 12:30 p.m.
Oh, yes, I'm a private collector.
Get your items on the air by calling 937-544-9722. You can also try out the mailbag items. It's $2 a day, $5 for 3 days. Mail your listings to P.O. Box 103, West Union, Ohio, 45693.
Got a lot of other miscellaneous, too.
And we'll help you turn your trash into treasure.
Welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen. Basketball 30. With me this morning, Jennifer Blue and her seniors, or at least one of them. And with the Fairfield Lady Lions, Miss Riley Quickle is with us. Jennifer, let's talk about Fairfield in last year. You guys had a really interesting season, I thought. The expectations, I don't know if you met the expectations that you felt you were. We'll get into that. But I thought it was interesting because you started so slow. And then toward the end of the season, you guys played real basketball. What was that all about?
Yeah, it took us a while to get going. We, of course, our soccer and volleyball programs are both very well still in the tournaments and things like that. So, I won't get them till later. Like, we're not even starting practice on Friday because every single girl plays a sport. And volleyball's going, soccer's going. My runners are still at regional for cross country on Saturday. So we're not even going to try to go on Friday. We're not even going to go till Monday. We also had a couple key injuries last year. Vivian was out before. We also lost Mary in the middle of the season with some asthma and things that she had to deal with. So, there at the end, we finally got some practice time and got clicking and was rolling there at the end. Hated to see it come to an end.
How hard was it to get you start out, and it's tough to start out losing more than you expect to lose, and you guys did that.
Right.
How did you keep them focused? Because at some point, kids, well, adults too, you have a tendency, forget it, I'm losing too many, we're not going to be any good. How'd you keep them directed in that way?
This is a great group of girls. They know they have talent, And it's just getting them into the basketball frame of mind because they are so well at the fall sports and things. So it's just transitioning their minds, and they're all so competitive and things like that. So it's not hard to keep them engaged.
When did you realize that you had, I guess the best way to characterize it, a better team maybe than your record said?
We knew that all along. It was just getting it in their head. We kept telling them, you guys are so close. If you just do the little things, then, that's all it's going to take us to get over the hump. It's not that we can't score or we can't play defense. We would go on a run of turnovers, and that would kill us every game. And it's like, just cut those down a little bit, and then we'll be so much better at it.
Well, let's talk, you and I, for a second about the successes you had from last year. What were you disappointed in? What did you feel good about last year's team?
Our defense picked up last year. Offensive wise, we still had some struggles. Some girls wouldn't shoot when we wanted them to, and I always yell at them all the time: shoot, shoot, shoot. I'll never yell at you for shooting. But they just don't feel comfortable with it and things like that. But we also had some freshmen step up last year that played some key minutes for us, and that gained experience for them and is only going to help us build for this year as well.
You made an interesting comment. A lot of parents. I hear a lot of parents and fans say, "Well, they don't let her shoot. They don't let him shoot. He's not getting to score as much." It really is. It really is when you're running a good offense. It's really up to the player, isn't it?
Yeah, and like I said, we tell them all the time, even in practice, well, why didn't you shoot that? Well, coach, I was looking for this. It's like, no, you were wide open. There was no one within 5 feet of you. Shoot it. And they're like, okay. But, it's just the different mindset. They weren't the main person before in an offense, so they didn't have to look at that type of thing. So now, they're trying to adjust and become a part of it.
Yeah. Where is the program now? What is this, third year?
This will be my third year, yes.
Third year. And where's the program now as to where you want it to be? This year's team, is it going to be, are we getting closer to where Jennifer would like to have the program?
We are. We're getting a lot closer to where Cody and I both want it. Cody's my assistant or JV coach. We will actually have a JV team this year, which we haven't had in the past. We had an amazing summer. The girls really bought in this summer to things that we were doing. We have several incoming freshmen that are going to see key roles, as well as our returners. And now we're no longer young. We have juniors and seniors instead of freshmen and sophomores on the court. So I really look for us to help turn the corner this year.
Okay, well, let's talk about that when we come back. Right after this, here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Southern State Community College celebrates 50 years of educating our community. From humble beginnings, Southern State has evolved to become a cornerstone of accessible education, offering flexible learning that includes a growing number of online classes and fully online programs. Southern State Community College empowers you to succeed quickly with a very affordable tuition rate when compared to many four-year institutions. Call 800-628-7722 or apply online at sscc.edu.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
The Fairfield Athletic Boosters are proud to sponsor this coverage of the Fairfield Lions. The Athletic Boosters work hard behind the scenes to encourage their teams to do their best. The Lions understand this and are dedicated to doing just that. Congratulations! Your hard work and drive show through. Whether basketball, volleyball, baseball, or any other sport, the Fairfield Athletic Boosters say, good luck, Lions and Lady Lions.
What's one of our shows that our listeners love the most?
Yeah, I got a couple things here to sell today.
That's right. It's the Trash and Treasure Trading Post on C103 weekdays starting at 12:30 p.m.
Oh, yes, I'm a private collector.
Get your items on the air by calling 937-544-9722. You can also try out the mailbag item. It's $2 a day, $5 for 3 days. Mail your listings to P.O. Box 103, West Union, Ohio 45693.
Got a lot of other miscellaneous, too.
And we'll help you turn your trash into treasure.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Basketball 30. And I'm Don Bowles, with me, Jennifer Blue, and one of her senior players, Riley Quickle. Coach, we talked a little bit about last year. Well, let's get to the important stuff. Let's talk about this year. When we finished there by talking about where the program is as versus where it was and where you want it to be. What are you looking for in the program when the kids show up? What we talk about Jennifer Blue's program. What's going to make it your program?
Well, this year we're going to be able to practice 5-on-5 without having coaches because we have enough girls. That'll be tremendous. We will do a faster pace. Our goal is to do a faster pace game this year with a little bit different styles of defenses. Just because we have more bodies, so we're going to be able to do a different thing. And our offense is going to be ran a little bit different this year as well. So it's going to be a complete 180 from what we had last year.
Perfect world. Would you like to push it up and down the floor? What are you, an offensive coach, defensive coach? What do you characterize it as?
Defense creates offense. So, yes, I want to push it up the floor, but I want to create our offense by our defense.
Okay, and when we talk about defense, do you have one you prefer? Zone, man-to-man, does it matter?
It just totally depends on what the girls are feeling at that time. Because sometimes they're lazy and they do better sitting back in a zone, and sometimes they'll get up in them and go man-to-man. So now, I have to feel them out first to figure out what I'm playing.
Now, part of that, of course, especially when we start talking defense, and you went there, was the makeup of your team. Is your team more oriented toward man-to-man, we'll say, than it has been in the past, or?
It is, but there's still, different times of going, depending on who we're playing, where we're going to have to go into a man or into a zone because we are a smaller team. I really only have Mary that's tall, that has any height to her at all. So we may have to go to a smaller team or, zone just to pack it in to help guard against some of the height that we'll face. But for the most part, we'll be man.
Well, when you run into a team that scores a lot from the outside, you're almost forced to stay into a zone, aren't you?
No, not necessarily. It just depends on how you run your man for that aspect of it. You can do a lot of switching and things like that. So it just really depends.
Okay, now when we talk about that, the makeup of the league, which team dictates, I guess, which one creates the most issues for you defensively, you think is going to be this year?
Of course, Fayetteville. They're returning everybody except Murphy there in the middle. So they did lose some of their height, but they still have all their guards and talent inside. So, of course, Fayetteville.
Yeah. And you've been in other leagues. Now that you've been here 3 years, what do you think of the Shack and the competitiveness?
It's pretty strong from the top to the bottom. Unlike other leagues, you have your distinctive bottom and a middle. It's like a tier. Here, you got to come in and be competitive every night because you don't know what you're going to see.
Right. All right. Well, and that's what makes you good too, right?
Right, yeah.
All right. One final thing about this year in a general term. The divisions. Did you like the division changes last year? Do you like where it's putting you this year?
I liked it last year. This year I don't. Last year we should have done better than what we did in tournaments, but we didn't. This year, though, Waterford has moved up to D6, and so has Berlin Highland for the year because of competitive balance. So, therefore, I do not like D6 anymore because you're going to have to face both of them, and they're both powerhouses. So,
right, and that's what's interesting because some of the divisions are not any different, but then again, they're the same.
Right,
you're still got those smaller, really powerful teams lurking around amongst the divisions, don't you?
And they were D7. Both of those were D7 last year. So,
right.
And like I said, this year they'll be up to D6. So, yeah, I'm not liking it so much this year as I did last year.
Well, and you guys are, remind me, you're on the bottom end of the D6? Or
we're about smack dab in the middle.
Right.
So we're not going anywhere. We'll be D6 for a while.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Riley, have you been looking forward to your senior year?
Of course. I mean, it's an exciting time.
Okay. When you talk about it, now, what's the sport? Coach was talking about all the sports. What sport are you playing this year in the fall?
I'm playing soccer.
Okay. And talk about your soccer team. How you doing? Or how have you done, I should say.
We're going to the district finals on Thursday night. We're playing Lynchburg. We've had a really productive season. Of course, we've suffered some losses, but some great victories in there as well. We're a really strong team. We're all best friends there.
Soccer, does it do a good job preparing you for basketball?
It's a different level of conditioning. I think I'm in good shape for soccer. I'm really feeling it. I get to basketball. It's just pure sprint everywhere. It's a different transition there.
Well, it's different skill sets, and you still go home. I don't know, after the first 2 nights of basketball practice, you're still sore, just in different spots, right?
Yep.
How about health-wise? Are you beat up, or are you in pretty good shape?
I'm in pretty good shape. I mean, I'm pretty tough.
Yeah. Now, is that a problem? Which is soccer or basketball the more physically demanding? Which one?
Soccer, you can get away from some of those girls. Basketball, you're tightly packed on that court. It gets pretty rough.
How do you feel about that? You like that part of it, or would you rather do the thing and get away from them?
I'd love to get away from it.
So you're probably not going to go out for wrestling next week then, right?
No.
What position you play in soccer?
I'm a defensive mid. It just kind of depends on the formation we choose, but I hold it down back there in the midfield.
Well, now when you talk about physically involved in soccer, I mean, being on the defense, you have to attack the ball and attack the players that comes through. How do you deal with that?
We have the mindset that we're going to win the ball. We stop the ball before it really gets too far on defense and really stop those advances, those attacks. I'm pretty greedy. I always like to have the ball. So.
And you should see all the bruises on her legs that prove it, that she's pretty greedy.
Yeah, that's when I anyway, it's interesting to me because soccer, I mean, how you put up with people kicking your shins and all that stuff. It's got to hurt, but in the moment, I guess you just go on, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Until after the match, you say, "Oh, right." Do you go home every night with new bruises?
Oh yeah, of course.
All right. On that note, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. And this time we're going to switch. We'll talk to Riley about basketball, which is what we're here for on Basketball 30.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions and answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
The Fairfield Athletic Boosters are proud to sponsor this coverage of the Fairfield Lions. The Athletic Boosters work hard behind the scenes to encourage their teams to do their best. The Lions understand this and are dedicated to doing just that. Congratulations! Your hard work and drive show through. Whether basketball, volleyball, baseball, or any other sport, the Fairfield Athletic Boosters say good luck, Lions and Lady Lions. We could make a big, loud, expensive promo to talk about our high school sports coverage. Instead, we'll let our coverage speak for itself.
Plenty of time for a catch and release, and
Oh, he drains it!
Right side, he pulls up for the three, he hits.
we're sitting on pins and needles, and it is good.
Cherry picking out ahead she goes.
With the tomahawk finish.
Goes up, two-hand monster dunk.
Your home for Shack Sports, C103, and Good Guys Radio TV.
Welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen. It's Basketball 30. I'm Don Bowles here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV. Once again, want to remind you, if you just joined us, make sure you remember you can go back and watch us, watch the whole broadcast, rewatch it, or share it with your friends, and make sure you stay tuned as our second half. It'll be the Fairfield guys with Coach Quentin Williams and his seniors. Now, when we talk about going back and watching it, if you're listening to it on C103, just go to our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, or goodguysradiotv.com. It's all free, and you can all watch it again and again and again, as we know you will. With us this morning, Coach Jennifer Blue, with the head coach for the Fairfield Lady Lions basketball program, and then Riley Quickle, one of her seniors, is here with us as well. Riley, we talked about soccer. Let's move to the important conversation. Let's talk about basketball. How about that? Tell everybody what your role is in basketball on the team.
I like to think of myself as a leader. I'm one of the older girls on the team. I'm also a connector. I know all of these girls, of course, across many sports, and I kind of fill my role when I need to. Just really help. I know pretty much everything going on. I know my plays. I've been here. I'm experienced.
Okay, well, let's talk about the roles. In soccer, you've got a lot more players than you have in basketball. How much does that change your role, or your role different versus we talked about your soccer as a defender? Let's face it, in basketball, you play both ends of the floor, your offense, your defense, your everything. How does your role work within that system?
I'm a midfielder in soccer, and my role in basketball is pretty much the same. I'm ready to go down there, play defense, play my heart out, and then lead the ball on offense. I'm pretty much a ball handler, a shooter, lockdown defender.
Okay, what'd you do this summer to prepare for basketball?
Basketball, I have a hoop at my house. When I can get in there, I play a lot of softball, so it's when I can get in there. I tried to make it to as many open gyms as I could.
Sure. Now, you play softball, you play soccer, you play basketball. I got to ask, Coach is not listening. Which one's your favorite?
I can answer this for her.
It's softball.
You like softball, and I knew that. But I always find it interesting. You talk about these one-sport athletes, and that's a nice luxury that you're not allowed in a small school, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it. I just really like going back and forth, and it's of course all the same girls, so really get close with them there.
Yeah. Now I was just getting ready to ask, how many of the girls transfer? How many of the same ones are in all three sports?
Well,
percentage-wise or whatever.
I have a lot of girls on the soccer team that follow me to basketball, but softball, I'm pretty much the only one now.
Yeah. All right. Well, and you're lucky because Fairfield, you're pretty successful in all the sports, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, how important, it's very important, I assume, to be personally successful, which softball probably allows you to do a little more of that than the other ones. But that said, how big a deal is it to win the games?
I'm really competitive. I love to win, but I love to see the growth and the progress in the girls and that being reflected on the court.
Right. Well, and I've talked to this. I talked to this with a lot of the kids. I think fans miss how important it is for them to come and watch you, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What does it do to you when you walk out of the locker room and you see big group of fans versus a small group?
That big group gets my heart beating. It gets me ready for the game. It gets me excited. That small group, it still means a lot to me. Those people sacrifice a lot to be there.
Yeah, there's been a big transition in the WNBA. It was, kind of a secondary sport. Nobody cared, so to speak. And I'm generalizing. I know that. But now it's suddenly a primary sport. Mm-hmm. What do you think I'm going to give you a chance to sell your wares because they come to the boys' games. They come to homecoming is at a boys' game, right?
Mm-hmm.
All this other stuff, it's all the boys' game. What do you want to tell people that are watching or listening? Say, hey, the guys are coming up in a half an hour, but you guys need to come and watch us play. What do you want to tell them?
It means a lot to the girls to support them. We love the attention. We love the support. We've been trying to integrate things at the school to get more people there. We've been having the band come out. Just really means a lot to us.
Well, and let's talk about the quality of the sport. Do you think it's as good as the boys' basketball now?
Definitely. There's a lot of differences in men's and female sports, but it's a different game. I love to watch both.
Yeah, and what do you think? What do you think of Caitlin Clark?
The GOAT.
Is she okay? We know she's a good player,
Mm-hmm.
but are you surprised at what she's done to the WNBA or to girls basketball?
Yeah, she's completely transformed the league. She's a role model to a lot of young girls and people aspiring to get up to that status one day.
And that said, what do you do within the team to be a role model for the younger students?
I like to show them to be tough against what everybody else says. The boys talk crap. I always talk it back.
So are you a verbal leader, or are you just lead by what example? Which are you?
Both, pretty much. I like to show good body language, but I like to be kind with my words and respectful with that.
Sure. Coach Jaden Drury couldn't be here, and of course Riley. How important these two young ladies for your team this year?
Oh, tremendous. It's now year 3 with me and things like that. So I'm looking for them to step up and be, key contributors on and off the court as for the girls.
Well, let's talk about just briefly how is their role different this year versus juniors last year?
It's really not going to be that much different for them because they were already huge leaders for me last year. Even Jaden, when she was hurt, she still came to every practice and every game, showing up and being that support system that they needed. They're just both wonderful young women, and, I couldn't ask for 2 better seniors.
Okay. Take another quick break. We'll be back. Wrap things up before we move to the guys' side of things. But first this, here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV.
Southern State Community College celebrates 50 years of educating our community. From humble beginnings, Southern State has evolved to become a cornerstone of accessible education, offering flexible learning that includes a growing number of online classes and fully online programs. Southern State Community College empowers you to succeed quickly with a very affordable tuition rate when compared to many four-year institutions. Call 800-628-7722 or apply online at sscc.edu.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
The Fairfield Athletic Boosters are proud to sponsor this coverage of the Fairfield Lions. The Athletic Boosters work hard behind the scenes to encourage their teams to do their best. The Lions understand this and are dedicated to doing just that. Congratulations! Your hard work and drive show through. Whether basketball, volleyball, baseball, or any other sport, the Fairfield Athletic Boosters say good luck, Lions and Lady Lions. C103, 99.5 The Edge, and Good Guys Radio TV are your source for everything local. From Shack Basketball
Shot by Osborne, 3 on the buzzer! Wow!
to Shack Baseball.
Wells is going to try. He makes it. He's safe.
Western Brown Football.
Throws it towards the end zone, and it's complete.
To Shack Volleyball.
Hatton for the kill. It's good.
Local fairs, festivals, and more.
Ire to the finish line.
Crosses the line to get the victory.
Never miss a moment with C103, 99.5 The Edge, and Good Guys Radio TV.
Welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen. It's Basketball 30 with me, Riley Quickle, one of the seniors for the Fairfield Lady Lions, and Coach Jennifer Blue with the Fairfield Lady Lions. Once again, Up next, our second half, it'll be the guys with Quentin Williams and all the seniors from the Fairfield Lions basketball team. Hope you're enjoying this series. Make sure you tune in every day as we feature all the teams from around the area. Riley, we were teasing during the break there about relationships and those kind of things. How difficult is it to keep the personal separate from the basketball business or the baseball business or whatever, softball business, excuse me? How tough is that?
Being high school girls, it's very difficult. Everyone has to gossip. Everybody's got their own little stories to tell, but I remind myself at practice, that's my escape from all of that.
There you go. Well, bigger than that, how do you keep the differences off the floor? I mean, not that anybody would have a problem with somebody else on the team, but how do you keep that off the floor?
I mean, we all know how to uplift each other and just kind of ease that transition between, our social lives and our athletic lives.
Okay, and when we talk about that, this year's team, is that a team that has a lot of that? Because, that varies from year to year. Sometimes we see teams that maybe they don't get along so well, but other teams, they get along really well. Tell us about this year's team.
All of us are pretty much friends. We all go to school together. I'm there all 9 periods, so I really get to interact with all those girls. Practice, it's just kind of a hangout for us,
Sure. All right, I'm going to put you on the spot. 13 league games, okay? How many games, what's the record going to be when you're finished with the end of the season here in your senior year for the Fairfield Lady Lions?
I'm hoping we're over 500 this year.
Okay, give me a number, all right?
I'm looking at 8.
8 and 5 then, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you think it'll be? Okay. What do you think your overall record is? 22 regular season games. What do you think your overall record will be?
Looking at an optimistic 15.
15. Right.
I like that.
What do you think of that, Coach?
I'll take that any day of the week.
All right. Good stuff. Tell me, who's the team you most look forward to playing this year?
I always like playing North Adams. It's always a physical game, but they bring in a big crowd.
Right. Oh, so you don't even care. Even though it's the opponent's crowd, you still like playing in front of the big crowd, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, what's the team you least want to look forward to playing this year?
If we play McLean on the schedule.
Okay. Why? Just because they're the adjacent school across county?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you know more people, or why?
My mom's from there.
Okay. So that makes you want to beat the other team because your mom's from there, right?
Of course.
Okay. Coach, what do you think about the league this year?
I think it's going to be much improved. Like you said, we had a lot of movement within the different teams and that stuff that we're going to have this year. So, but I think it'll be with people switching down to small school and Ripley going up, that's going to be a difference as well for it. But I think it'll be solid from top to bottom, and hope we all do well, especially once it comes tournament time. You
like your team this year?
I do. I love these girls.
Okay. What's your strengths? People come out and watch you. What should they watch? What do you think you're going to be good at?
Hopefully everything.
Sure.
But just the flow of our game, I think, will be much smoother this year than what it has been in the past. You can see how the girls have progressed and learned and things like that. We've even been told that at a couple different camps. You can tell the girls are maturing and just playing together more. That's huge.
All right. Well, that sounds like a good place to end it. Thank you very much for being with us, Coach.
Thank you.
And Riley, thanks for being with us and sharing.
Thank you for having me.
Good luck on the season. All right. Okay. Next up, it's the guys, the Fairfield Lions, with Coach Quentin Williams and all of his seniors. We'll be back with that. But first, this here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
The Fairfield Athletic Boosters are proud to sponsor this coverage of the Fairfield Lions. The Athletic Boosters work hard behind the scenes to encourage their teams to do their best. The Lions understand this and are dedicated to doing just that. Congratulations! Your hard work and drive show through. Whether basketball, volleyball, baseball, or any other sport, the Fairfield Athletic Boosters say good luck, Lions and Lady Lions.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Basketball 30 here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components. I'm Don Bowles. And, of course, if you're just joining us for the first time in first version of Basketball 30, with me in this segment, I have the Fairfield Lions, the guys' version of basketball for Fairfield High School. With me today is the coach and their seniors, and we're going to talk about the 2025 and 26 season. Might talk a little bit about last year as well in future. But we'll do all that after this here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Southern State Community College celebrates 50 years of educating our community. From humble beginnings, Southern State has evolved to become a cornerstone of accessible education, offering flexible learning that includes a growing number of online classes and fully online programs. Southern State Community College empowers you to succeed quickly with a very affordable tuition rate when compared to many four-year institutions. Call 800-628-7722 or apply online at sscc.edu.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
The Fairfield Athletic Boosters are proud to sponsor this coverage of the Fairfield Lions. The Athletic Boosters work hard behind the scenes to encourage their teams to do their best. The Lions understand this and are dedicated to doing just that. Congratulations! Your hard work and drive show through. Whether basketball, volleyball, baseball, or any other sport, the Fairfield Athletic Boosters say good luck, Lions and Lady Lions.
Welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, it's Basketball 30 here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV. Joining me, it's Coach Quentin Williams with the Fairfield Lions and his two seniors. We're going to talk about their basketball team this year. First up, Coach Quentin Williams, welcome.
How's it going, Don?
It's doing great. Quentin, you've got a big event coming sometime in the what? Yeah. How many days do you have left?
Well, right now it's 3 days.
3 days left.
Thursday, Friday, and it's here.
Okay, and how is that going to affect the basketball season for the Fairfield Lions this year?
Hopefully not at all. That's the plan.
And what I'm picking on about, you're getting married.
Yeah, I am. I'm excited about it. She's been around since I've been a head coach, and I'll give her some credit. She's really, I think, helped me be able to sacrifice for the kids because she sacrifices a lot. in general. So she knows what she's getting. She's seen it all along, but she's been great, and she's definitely played a part in our success.
Percentage-wise, what's the percentage chance she'll back out in the next 3 days?
She's if I was her, probably about 100%. So she better get going, I guess.
So anyway, that said, a little humor or a little pick on you just a little bit. Let's talk about last year, Quentin.
Mm-hmm.
Last year you had an awfully nice basketball team, didn't you?
Yeah, pretty decent. I mean, I think our record, we ended up winning 18 games, maybe finished first in the small league. We always have a lot of high expectations. So for me, I didn't finish quite where I wanted us to be. And I say if you ask all our kids, it's probably the same thing. So
you lost 3 seniors last year:
yeah.
Logan McIntosh, Dane Hodson, and Chase Newman. That's a pretty big piece of your team, wasn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Logan's actually playing at Wilmington College. He's actually back with Larkin Friend. They're both playing at Wilmington now, so that's pretty exciting to see as a coach. It's been a long time with him. Chase is in college, majoring in architecture, and Dane's at OU, hopefully not partying. So.
Well, he couldn't be at OU if he didn't do some partying.
No.
Basketball team, you're talking about how it didn't reach maybe the goals you want to. Looking back, what is things that you might have wanted to go differently, other than, of course, there's always wins and losses, things that you learned from last year?
The biggest thing, I feel like the biggest difference last year is at different times throughout the year, we had a connectivity issue for whatever that may be, whether it was, younger type team, immature, maybe partially due to me and my style and how I coach them and demand a lot out of them. But at times we were really together, and at times we weren't. And I say that really reflected. Maybe everybody didn't see that, but at times I say for us, it kind of reflected in what I'm talking about.
How much of that is based upon maybe the relationships off of the court? Because one of the biggest challenges you have as a coach is if you're building a program, you want to have not all seniors, not all juniors, you want to have a blend. Mm-hmm. Isn't that one of the biggest challenges, is trying to blend those ages? And because let's face it, they may not socialize and the like off the court.
Yeah, I mean, and it's different. Kids are very different now compared to even when I started coaching 8 years ago, let alone when I started coaching 4 years ago as a head coach. So you have to find ways to really relate to them, understand them, listen to them, try to, make them feel as important as you can. But at the same time, as a coach, there's a fine line for me to where, I would love to be all their friends, but my job is to push them to a point to where, they're getting better every single day, not only on the floor, but really off the floor. And a lot of times that takes a lot of honesty, which can be uncomfortable, a lot of tough talks, and a lot of vulnerability. And that's hard for kids today, is to be vulnerable and experience their emotions and be honest about it.
Well, and this is where the leadership role, especially for your seniors, comes in. And not always the seniors, but the kids that with the experience, they have to step up, because you can't go out on the floor and create that, can you?
Yeah, you're right, 100%. And that's where we heavily, like I say, rely on not just seniors, but, all the team. It doesn't matter if you're a freshman or, you're a senior. You have an opportunity to come out on the floor. And not even on the floor, just be on a part of a team and be a leader. And it takes nothing other than wanting to do it. And It's hard. You have to take a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of communication. Like I said, it's a lot of honesty with each other. And there's a lot of dynamics that people don't understand when it comes to what we're talking about, especially with the connectivity piece.
This year's team, you think you'll have the same challenges? Is it going to be better? Going to be different? Because you comparatively had a small number of seniors. A lot of schools graduate some of 6, 7 seniors.
Yeah.
But will you think you'll have a better camaraderie, or what do you want to call it?
I do. Yeah, I do. I think a lot of our kids that were on the team last year really grew up. We're going to have a mixture of kids this year and all grades really. So it'll be really important for these guys to lead and my juniors to lead, and for the other kids to follow suit. But we'll figure it out.
All right. Well, let's take a quick break. We'll be back. We're going to hear from the seniors that we have with us. We're going to talk a little bit more, but this time we'll talk about this year's team. Right after this, here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
The Fairfield Athletic Boosters are proud to sponsor this coverage of the Fairfield Lions. The Athletic Boosters work hard behind the scenes to encourage their teams to do their best. The Lions understand this and are dedicated to doing just that. Congratulations! Your hard work and drive show through. Whether basketball, volleyball, baseball, or any other sport, the Fairfield Athletic Boosters say good luck, Lions and Lady Lions.
Welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen. Basketball 30. Fairfield Lions with me. Guys version, I have two seniors with me, Mr. Zach Azarek and Quentin McIntosh. Quentin, how are you hoping that the team will be affected by coach's marriage in 3 days? What's the hope? When you talk to the other guys in the locker room, what are they hoping happens come from his marriage?
I'm hoping he gets happier. Doesn't yell at us as much this year.
Zach, you concur with that?
Yeah, I can, for sure. I just hope that it doesn't affect the team in any negative way. I mean, it shouldn't. I mean, I'm happy for Coach Q over here.
Thanks, buddy.
But well, that was nice. But now, would you buy into the fact it'd be nice if he yelled a little less?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Now
100%.
we see Coach Williams is one of the most animated coaches we see. Not the most. I've seen others that, believe it or not, Quentin, you're not the most animated.
Everyone
I've seen
acts
more.
like I am. I've seen a lot more too. I used
was
to
gonna
have a
say,
coach
think back
that's
to
more
Greenfield,
animated.
think back to Greenfield McLean a few years ago, and but whatever. But Zach, how is he in practice compared to what we see in a game?
I mean, he teaches us new things every day. He's definitely there for us, whether it's basketball or life in general. I mean,
right.
On and off the court, he's always there. So,
okay, Quentin, when he starts yelling, do you duck? What's your reaction? Or do you
Is he yelling at me?
No,
yeah,
whoever. You're saying, oh no, not me, or what is it?
Well, I'm gonna keep looking at him because he yelled at someone one time because they were looking away at the bleachers. So eyes forward and just listen to what he has to say. It's the best for you.
Yeah, there you go. And what do you think that I find it interesting, Zach, you talk about that it's more than just what's basketball and what's on the court. That's pretty important stuff, isn't it?
yes, sir, it is.
What kind of stuff, because let's face it, basketball is only a small part of the day for you guys. So you bring some of that other stuff onto the floor, and that affects the basketball team too, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Now, that said, Zach, tell me about this year's team.
This year's team, I think we definitely have lost a lot from last year. I mean, we lost a lot of players, but I think we'll be able to push through, and I just think we're going to do great.
Quentin, how's your role on the team going to change this year? Do you think it'll change at all, or is it going to continue the same?
I'm gonna have to step up and definitely be a bigger leader than I was last year.
Your brother, Logan, he's going to be missed, isn't he?
I wouldn't say that.
A little bit.
How's he going to be? Well, okay. He's not going to be missed, I guess, according to your version. And I'm only joking. But Logan was a big part of the team, and somebody's going to have to step up, right?
Yeah. He definitely played a big role in the team. He was definitely a leader for us. he pushed me in practice the most. I know we definitely had some practices where we would go at each other trying to kill each other. So I hope someone step up and can fill that role this year.
How tough was it playing with your brother?
Easy as it gets.
Yeah. That said, are you going to bloom and blossom this year now that you have, now that you're the lone McIntosh on the team?
I hope so. I hope God will give me opportunities to show what I'm capable of.
All right. Zach, your role on the team this year?
I'm just going to be a leader, as Quentin said. Just step up and be there when everybody else needs me. Be there for the whole team. How
important is it for you, rank in importance your skills versus, let's say, shooting, defense, offense? What's the role, your role? What's the most important parts of your role is going to have to include?
Probably getting back on defense, probably trying to get in there, get rebounds, and just talk to my team. Be there for everybody.
Now, and Zach, when we talk about getting back on defense, how tough is it for you to reach the level that your team expects from you on defense?
I don't think it would be that. It's not very tough.
All right. Quentin, that's one of your number one, focuses, defense before offense, isn't it?
Yeah, and I was more of probably an offensive player than a defensive player when I was younger, to be honest with you, when I was their age. But I just didn't realize, I guess, the importance of defense. You can't always control offense. I try to teach them reads so that we can create advantages constantly, no matter what the defense is doing or what they're in. But you can't always control whether a shot goes in or not. But what you can control is the defensive end of the floor. You can control whether you're talking and communicating, whether you're in the right spot, whether you're connected and you're in the right coverage and where you're supposed to be. Those are the things, no matter what night, that you can control. So that's really where we find our identity at, is on the defensive end of the floor, and where, you can have a terrible offensive night. There's been plenty of nights in the past where we've had near 20 turnovers. We've only scored 40-some points, and we still win the game because we rely on defense. And no matter what, our defense should show up night in and night out.
All right. Good place to take a pause. We'll be back. We'll talk more Fairfield Lion basketball after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Southern State Community College celebrates 50 years of educating our community. From humble beginnings, Southern State has evolved to become a cornerstone of accessible education, offering flexible learning that includes a growing number of online classes and fully online programs. Southern State Community College empowers you to succeed quickly with a very affordable tuition rate when compared to many four-year institutions. Call 800-628-7722 or apply online at sscc.edu.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
The Fairfield Athletic Boosters are proud to sponsor this coverage of the Fairfield Lions. The Athletic Boosters work hard behind the scenes to encourage their teams to do their best. The Lions understand this and are dedicated to doing just that. Congratulations! Your hard work and drive show through. Whether basketball, volleyball, baseball, or any other sport, the Fairfield Athletic Boosters say, good luck, Lions and Lady Lions.
Welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen. Basketball 30, Fairfield Lions on the stage here today on Good Guys Radio TV. And with me, Mr. Zach Azurak, Quentin McIntosh, and Mr. Quentin Williams, the coach for the Fairfield Lions. Quentin, let's talk about this year's team. How is it going to be different and I say Quentin McIntosh. I've got two Quentins going here. Quentin McIntosh, how is it going to be different this year versus last year? When somebody comes out and watches the team, what's the difference is going to be?
We're going to have more people step up than last year. It's not going to be the same team. We're going to have to work a lot harder on the defensive end just to create more opportunities for us offensively. I think as long as we hustle and give effort, we'll be a good team this year.
Zach, your thoughts? Is the team going to be more offensive? Or is it going to score more points, or is it going to be even more? Because again, you're kind of known for a defensive organization. Are you going to be more defensive organization, or are you going to be more offense, or how's that going to work?
I think it's a little bit of both, honestly. We have a lot of three-point shooters, and then we're going to need defense a lot this year.
What about transition? Are you gonna, you guys, again, you like to get it up and down the floor a little bit. Is that going to continue?
Yes, for sure. We definitely love transition. We will definitely be playing a big part of that.
Well, Coach, that's where it comes back. We talked about the team thing. Again, you can't play transition basketball, and you can't play defense. Good defense is made up of 5 guys, not one, right?
Yeah, it's a team sport, so it takes everybody doing their job, no matter it's offense or defense.
Well, and when we talk about defense, of course, one of the biggest words on the floor is switch, right?
Yeah. It depends on what coverage we're in. Yeah, we try to change things up a lot. I teach them, or I try to teach them a lot. So we change every single game. Every single game, we're going to give someone a new look. We're going to find out what is kind of our identity, though. Every year we find our identity. Last year's identity was different than the team before. So we'll find out what works for this team, but at the same time, hopefully we are adaptable and able to do multiple things.
Well, and to that point, again, having a good program is not only just having a star or whatever. It's that team thing again. How many kids are going to move up from JV this year?
There's going to be, technically we'll return, so we'll have 4 starters really that return, and then we'll have a couple kids that kind of split return, and then we might honestly have a freshman that will be playing as well. So it'll be a different dynamic. Once again, every year is different. So what works, like I said, for one team is not going to work for the other.
And you were not known to have a great deal of size last year. You're still not going to be a big basketball team, are you?
For around here, we'll have decent size between Q. I mean, he's about 6'4" with his hair, maybe 6'5". Griff grew a lot. He put on a lot of weight. Griffin Friend, he's probably about 6'2", 6'3" now. Brody's at least my height. We'll have some decent size, and then we'll also have some quick guards. Zach will fit into, and Zach plays a lot bigger than his size. For sure on the floor. So we'll just find out. Every matchup different. Every team is different. So we'll try to play it to our advantages.
Non-league, how strong is your schedule non-league this year?
Yeah, it's always strong. I would probably say last year was overall, other than my first year, our strongest non-league schedule. This year won't be quite as tough. But I mean, for a school our size, we're obviously D7. I mean, we typically play nothing but D4, D3 teams. And typically when we play these teams, they're kind of the upper echelon of their league. For example, like Unieto, we have them on the schedule again this year. They always typically win the SVC or are competing, and I think last year they went to regionals, maybe regional finals, almost made it to state. So those are the teams we try to compete against, and that really prepares us when it comes to tournament time.
Quentin McIntosh, favorite team to play against?
Favorite team? North Adams.
I knew he was going to say that.
Why North Adams?
The most pressure. It's always the loudest game too. I love that. I love the intensity of it.
And I'll prod you just a little bit. That's home or away, either
way,
yeah, right?
No matter.
Yeah. What creates that rivalry? I mean, you guys, you're not comparatively geographically, you're not that close to North Adams. Why North Adams versus, I don't know, you're right next door to Greenfield McLean or whatever? What's the difference?
Well, we do get a little loud for Greenfield, but North Adams, it's always competitive because we're always the best. And when the best play each other, a lot of people are going to show up, and it's always loud, and it's always so much fun to watch. I mean, even my sophomore year, sitting on the bench watching it, it was one of the best things I'd ever seen. Or my freshman year watching it, I just love that intensity about it.
Well, and Zach, this is the part that I think some people we need to tell people about. The folks that are out there watching have not been to games. It gets pretty intense for small school, doesn't it?
It definitely does.
And does that affect your play? I mean, how does it affect your play?
I love the intensity. I love being out there with all my teammates and just getting everybody together. I want it to be loud.
Well, and of course, part of that intensity is that yelling we were talking about, Coach Williams. And do you actually listen to him? I mean, we won't tell him you said that. He's not listening now. Do you actually listen to him when he's yelling at you going up and down the floor?
Sometimes it's hard to hear.
See, I'm not yelling loud enough. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, there you go.
But, yeah, I'll definitely listen once I hear him.
Yeah. Quentin, is that the reason you like the big crowds, because you can't hear the coach yelling? Or
No, but he definitely prepares us well for that. The intensity we get in practice from him, and having someone yelling at you like that, it definitely helps ease some of the pressure off when you're in a game like that.
Right. Now, how's the welcome back on a timeout if you didn't listen when he yelled?
It's not great at all. I'll tell you that much. I'll probably be sitting for a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. But at least it's for a purpose, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're a starter, he'll probably give you 2 or 3 chances. I mean, it depends on the game. If it's a really high-stakes game and you're not listening and it's your second time, you're going to have to go sit down. You got to listen, and he's gonna make the right read. So you just got to trust Coach.
There you go. All right. Well, we'll be take another break. We'll be back. We'll wrap things up with the guys from Fairfield after this here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
The Fairfield Athletic Boosters are proud to sponsor this coverage of the Fairfield Lions. The Athletic Boosters work hard behind the scenes to encourage their teams to do their best. The Lions understand this and are dedicated to doing just that. Congratulations! Your hard work and drive show through. Whether basketball, volleyball, baseball, or any other sport, the Fairfield Athletic Boosters say good luck, Lions and Lady Lions.
Welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen. Basketball 30 here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV. Again, with me, the Fairfield Lions. And if you've not had the opportunity to check this out, maybe you joined us late today, you can go back and watch this on goodguysradiotv.com. Make sure you go back and check that out. You can watch it anytime, any place. And also, you can tell your friends about it. We're going to be featuring all 20 teams in the Shack. We're also going to feature the Adams County Christian School, and we'll be talking to Western Brown High School and Georgetown High School in the Southern Buckeye. So lots of versions of this, and I think you'll enjoy the conversations we're going to have. With me now, the seniors and the coach for Fairfield. And Quentin, tell me about, I asked who the favorite team to play against. Who's going to be the best team this year in the Shack?
The best team in the Shack, humbly, I'm going to say us. I think we're going to, if we do what I think we're going to do and work as hard as we should, I don't think anyone's going to work harder than us, and we're going to show it. Like on the court, every game, and I'm going to leave everything out there.
Who's going to be the biggest challenge to play this year?
I'm not going to take any team lightly this year. That's definitely how I've lost games before. But our biggest challenge, I think Eastern will be really good this year. I think they'll be a problem.
Eastern and Fayetteville both have size. I hear you play big, Zach, and I know that. I've watched you play. You do play big. This year we're going to have two guys big enough that they play real post position. That's going to be a bit of a challenge, isn't it? What, 6'6", 6'7", 6'8"?
Yeah, it'll definitely be a challenge, but I mean, it's nothing I haven't dealt with for a couple of years. I mean, last couple of years.
How do you deal with that on a personal level?
I mean, I just gotta take it and, I mean, take what I got. I mean, and I have to work with it, so.
Well, and I know Coach would concur when I say this. They've got to catch the basketball, don't they?
Yeah.
First step is keeping them from basketball. Zach, what's Fairfield's league record going to be this year?
I don't know what exactly it'll be, but I know we're going to do good.
Well, give me a number. I'm going to hold your feet to the fire.
I don't even know how many people
Give
are
me
in
a
the league.
prediction. You play 13 league games. What's the record going to be?
I say
no number. That's the answer.
All 13. We're winning all 13.
13-0. All right. Q, as they call you. Quentin, your prediction overall. What's the overall record going to be for Fairfield?
I think it's going to be good. I don't know if I have an exact number in my head.
Well, just take a ballpark.
A lot of games won to a little lost.
You talking about 22-0? You talking about losing a couple games? What do you think?
I think we might lose a couple if we let them slip away. But I don't think there's any team that will beat us if we play like how we should.
There you go. Coach, what do you think about that?
Wrong answers.
Wrong answers.
Yep.
What's the right answer?
Any season, no matter who you have on your team, no matter who your coach is, can go one way or the other, and it's very dependent on how you show up every single day. And we're the only ones in control of that. So if we can control it the right way and we show up with the right attitude every day, we respond well, we show up with good effort and togetherness for one another, then we can go out and we can compete and we can go see what happens and hopefully have some success like we have in the past. But everything's just hearsay until then, so it doesn't really matter in my perspective.
Right. Well, and all of that said, you've been coaching for a while now. You're not a rookie anymore. Other than the fact that marriage is going to have on you, But that said, do you like this basketball team?
I do. I think we'll really come together this year. I really feel it. I think we'll have better leadership than we did last year. Last year we had a lot of moving pieces and a lot of, I would say, just challenges at different times of the year, no matter what it would be. And this year, I think a lot of the kids from last year learned from it, especially the juniors and these guys. They learned how to lead. And it's not easy. It's like I said, it's something you got to choose to do every day, no matter how you feel. And you got to lead by example. And I really think that a lot of them will. And I think the other kids that want to be a part of something special will follow that.
Good way to end. Thanks, Coach. We appreciate you being here. Quentin, Zach, great having you. Once again, I'm Don Bowles. It's Basketball 30. Hope you're enjoying these visits with our local area high school basketball teams. And keep tuning in every day to see when your favorite team is on the air with us. Once again, I'm Don Bowles, and thanks for watching and listening here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Thank you for tuning in. Rewatch this video and many more on demand at goodguysradiotv.com.